Hello, Lana. Welcome to our today's lesson, and we shall be focusing on history books in the Bible. First, the Bible has 66 books in total, and we say that the Old Testament takes 39 books out of the 66. And the Old Testament looks at the relationship between God and the nation of Israel. The history books, the history books are nine in total. And these history books tell how the relationship between God and the people goes. And note, the relationship does not go so well for Israel. So once the law is finished, the people of Israel enter the promised land, and we begin with the book of Joshua. So this is where we start looking at the books one by one, a summary of each book in short. So, Joshua, here we learn that Joshua was Moses' right hand man, and he led Israelites into promised land, and they occupied it, and everything was good. So, we move to Judges, and here terrible things happened in the book where the people did not keep the law. They did mess up big time. For instance, they descended into civil war. And here we go to the next book, that is Ruth. And there was a woman who was not an Israelite. The name was Ruth. So she was so royal to her mother-in-law, Naomi, that she converted to Jewish faith and moved back to Israel with her mother-in-law, Naomi. Ruth started a new family there with Naomi and a man, Boaz. And later we see that Ruth becomes an ancestress of David, whom we meet in the book of Samuel. And this one takes us to the book of Samuel, where we say that David becomes the mighty king and is very loyal to God. He even sets up a temple for all people in honor of God. So in the books of Kings and Chronicles, these books tell the story of David's descendants and how the kingdoms played out. And we must know that they did not play out so well, because after David died, things started going wrong in Israel. For example, people abandoned the law over time, and also they no longer were loyal to God. And so they were taken to exile, or they were taken to captivity. But in captivity or in exile, they did not remain there. They did not stay there forever. Because in the book of Ezra, few decades later, they came back from exile and rebuilt the temple. And in the book of Nehemiah, the people of Israel rebuilt the walls of the city where the temple was. This one brings us to Esther. And there was a brave woman who is not in Jerusalem, and she saves all Jews from genocidal plot. And that's all about the history books. I hope it was beneficial. And until next time, goodbye, Lana.